The chair now recognizes the gentlelady from New York's 14th District, 5 minutes for questions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Novak, I'm glad you are joining us today. And, this hearing is focused on several bills regarding energy efficiency, and this committee has seen several rollbacks of energy efficiency standards and proposals to that end. Are you familiar with how many Americans are employed by the energy efficiency sector nationally?
All right, folks, buckle up, because what we just heard in this hearing is the perfect example of how the left twists numbers, jobs, and policy to push their so-called green agenda. And you're going to want to hear this one all the way through. So here's AOC, once again, painting a doomsday picture, claiming the Trump administration somehow destroyed 91,000 jobs in clean energy. She throws around big numbers: 2.3 million efficiency workers, battery plants canceled, EV factories stalled. But let's cut through the noise. What she doesn't tell you is the other side of the equation: the jobs created, the industries saved, and the energy independence America gained when we stopped shackling ourselves to these unreliable green schemes. Under Trump, America became a net exporter of energy for the first time in decades. We weren't begging OPEC. We weren't relying on China for solar panels and batteries. That's a win. She talks about rural communities losing jobs. But what about the rural families saved from skyrocketing utility bills? What about the small towns that stayed alive because coal, oil, and natural gas weren't shut down by regulation? Funny how she leaves that part out. Before I go deeper, hit that like button if you're tired of politicians twisting numbers to push their agenda. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss real talk the mainstream media won't give you.
I am not.
It's about 2.3 million workers. About 2 out of every 5 energy jobs in the United States are related to energy efficiency. Can you guess what is the fastest growing category of energy efficiency work in the United States?
I'm not particularly good at guessing.
That's all right.
So, yes.
It's construction.
Okay.
So these are construction jobs. Energy efficiency jobs are construction jobs, installation, production, manufacturing, HVAC, building materials, all of it. Now, do you know how many jobs have been threatened or lost due to the Trump administration's closures of clean energy projects in the last 6 months or so, the first half of this year?
I'm not aware of any such analysis.
91,000. Trump administration and Department of Energy policies have cost Americans 91,000 jobs nationwide in rollbacks on efficiency. And, these large numbers are statistics. They're hard to, I think, people to understand when they show up on a white paper. But in Colorado's 8th district, Amprius Technologies canceled plans to construct a $190 million battery plant in Brighton, Colorado. In that same district, actually, another company, VSK Energy, canceled plans due to the Trump administration, canceled their plans to build solar panels, and they scratched a $250 million investment and up to 900 jobs in that same district. In Georgia 12, an EV plant was canceled due to the Trump administration and DOE's freezing of the EV charging program. Registered Georgia has a population of 157 people. They lost out on 166 jobs. They lost more jobs than they have people in that town because of the cancellation and war on renewable energy and clean energy here. In that same district, a copper foil manufacturing plant went bankrupt as a result of these rollbacks, and Augusta, Georgia lost out on 350 jobs. And the list goes on. In South Carolina, 250 jobs when a construction of an EV plant in Florence was halted due to DOE's freezing of funds. We could go on. In Michigan 10th, 167 jobs were lost after $50 million worth of investment. These are all freezes in renewable and clean energy construction and development projects. This is an industry that has been a source of jobs and growth. This administration, the Trump administration, is destroying the American economy, destroying American jobs. 91,000 jobs in this sector alone. I have one simple question. In these towns and areas, what is the DOE's plan to replace those jobs in those affected areas?
I'll say this is beyond the scope of what I'm prepared to testify to today. I'd be happy to take the question for the record in regard to the analysis that you cited here in regard to job loss.
So in your view, you're the general counsel for the Department of Energy, that's correct?
Acting.
Acting. And in all that you've seen, have you seen any effort to replace these jobs that are being canceled by the administration?
I have not. I'm not sure that would
have
come my
not.
way. But
So we're seeing a concerted effort, 91,000 jobs already gone. Now, this is after the administration has also already released a revised report saying we have 1 million less jobs in this economy than was originally reported. We're actively killing plants and projects in rural places across this country. And I'm hearing today that there's no effort to replace them. And my time is up. I yield back.
And if you would, just in writing, answer the lady's question, the general lady's question. Thank you.
yes, I can't answer the question because I haven't seen the analysis, but I'd be happy to take the question for the record. Yeah.
Here's the bottom line, folks. Clean energy isn't bad, but the radical way the left pushes it, that's where the disaster begins. Yes, innovation is good. Yes, we should make things more efficient. But government shouldn't be in the business of picking winners and losers. You don't destroy oil, gas, and coal jobs just to prop up EVs that can't survive without subsidies. That's not progress, that's manipulation. AOC cries about 91,000 lost jobs. But how many were saved by cutting red tape? How many families thrived because energy bills went down? How many towns were kept alive because Trump refused to abandon coal miners, truckers, and oil rig workers? This isn't about destroying jobs. This is about putting America first, protecting workers, keeping gas affordable, and making sure we never become dependent on China for the very energy that powers our future. So my take? AOC can keep her talking points. I'll stand with policies that create real jobs, lower costs for families, and defend American independence. That's patriotism. That's common sense. If you agree with me, drop a comment below and tell me where you stand. Should America double down on real energy independence or sell out to the so-called green global agenda? And don't forget to share this video with a friend who needs to hear the truth, not just the talking points.